Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, please stand for the playing of two badass players. Are you standing? My name is Troublemaker. This is Wargame Cup 2012. We're into the round 6, getting to the end of the tournament. Only a month and a half left. Ha ha ha. Today we have Bentguru playing as NATO. You'll be playing the blue NATO. And we have Wolf, who will be playing the red NATO. NATO versus NATO. You know, like, everyone prepares for an opponent. People play very differently against Bentguru. It's because he has a rush-based strategy, and his tactic is basically like this. He'll always get, one or two commands, depending on the map. His idea is this. I'm going to do a very high potency attack. It's going to do a lot of damage. It's going to be very hard for you to recover. I'm going to get the 1 or 2 bases, and then I'm going to strike at you again. Another high potency attack. By that point, you should be so crippled that you won't be able to recover. So initially we have Wolf going with 3 helicopters, 1 less than normal, and recon. And we have lots of tows, lots of tank destroyers, lots of infantry, and he's got the 2 commands. So he's pretty aware of what Komrami does. I mean, it's obvious Komrami's got a lot of vehicles, going for a lot of these Wesel MK20s actually, a lot of Martyr VTSIs, and a few tows of his own. So, everyone kind of knows what he does. He's taught a few people how to do this, and the people he's taught have pretty well dominated. And yeah, it's a little different every time. I mean, he's got these mutts in here for spotting. He has some infantry. He usually doesn't have infantry. He has some tows in here. That's a little different. He doesn't have the M1A1, M1. There's a numbered tank destroyer he uses. I'm pretty sure that Wolf has it. Yeah, right here, the M113 tank destroyer. So, I mean, yeah, Komrami has a style that he does. And so people are very aware of this. And Komrami's also, kind of a meta game. Komrami's aware that people are aware of it. Which is basically to say that he's prepared to face people who are prepared to face him. Now, earlier on the tournament, he was facing people who were not prepared to face him. He'd come in with his rush, and they'd go like, "Oh, really? I didn't know that could happen," And this time around, we have people who are very prepared for him. In fact, look at the vision. You can actually see the 2 Cobras. He has a Martyr Roland 2 coming in, and this is such good baiting. He's going to bait these helicopters into attack the command, and all the while he's got a Martyr Roland 2 to your support. Keep in mind, Wolf's not really taking the bait. He's only bringing the 1 helicopter forward. If he was taking the bait, he would have brought both of them. And he's going to lose probably with 30, 50 points here. Not too much. But, yeah. I mean, just really good player. Most players would just, I raised my hand because I would do this too. Just take all of your helicopters and just rush this commander because it was relatively undefended. But he's just, both these players so good, so smart, very aware of what each other is all about. And we see Komrami's going to go for Juliet and for Delta, going for a very, very fast respawn point. All the while we have Wolf playing very passively right now, going for this command here at the hotel location, and he grabs Foxtrot. So, slight advantage will go to Bentguru, who will be 1 point ahead, and I'm not even sure if he's even going to attack, because it looks like all these vehicles are actually running out of fuel even before the attack begins. That's generally not the good sign. And generally speaking, with what Bentguru does, he needs a lot of fuel because he actually does a lot of travel, and so it's going to be a little bit of a shocker here for Bentguru. There's a lot of tank destroyers here. Does he even know? He does now. He just spotted every single tank destroyer, and so he kind of knows this is not a good situation. He's got some tows here, and this is a modification of his strategy. The reason why he has the tows is because tows have a superior range to these vehicles, and he's actually using the fire position command with the tows to pick out, or no, he doesn't have to. He actually spotted them, right? Yeah, to pick off some of these vehicles. So this is just very good padding. He's not doing a rush right now. He's just taking advantage of the fact that his opponent has a type of vehicle that he uses, and he's very aware of the weaknesses of his own vehicle. So, of course, Wolf is going to pull back from this Gulf location. It's not a significant location right now. Oh wait, never mind. It is. Wolf has taken the India location. It's now the Gulf location. It's actually very, very important. And Kamaromi does have a few infantries able to deal with that. And is there artillery on the map? I do believe there are. We have one multi-rocket launcher deployed by Wolf. He doesn't have an FOB, so in order to use this, you have to resupply it constantly with supply trucks. So there's a bit of trade-off here. I would say both of these players are about evenly matched, and you can also tell they're very evenly matched just because of when you have a player who's very high rated play against a player who's very low rated, and they don't think much of them. They kind of just go in for a rush and just stop their opponents, and he's kind of being very slow, very good about making small attacks. And Bentguru gets a lead off of that kill, and there's going to be a total move out here by Wolf, and this is going to give Bentguru an opportunity to secure this nice little town, probably secure this location here, and he can actually chop up Wolf piecemeal. And this is something that Wolf's going to have to defend against and be very preemptive about. There's also kind of an opportunity for a counterattack. So let's say Bentguru takes this location, wipes out these woods. This gives him a good position to strike down at India, where the multi-rocket launcher is, as well as the command armor, and that's a lot of points and a very good strategic move. However, if all his forces are there, then suddenly this delta base is very vulnerable. That gives the opportunity to Wolf to go ahead and take his entire army and move it off to attack the delta base. So both players are going to play very cautiously on this particular map setup. And we can see that Bentguru is already going to go ahead and try and secure this location here. There's a patent supporting. Will it be enough? I don't think so. I believe Bentguru has more than enough units to take this location. And so already he's kind of creeping on in. And if he continues doing this, he'll be able to at least secure this Gulf location. The Gulf location is pretty key because it's a reinforcement point. You have to travel through Gulf in order to get to Foxtrot. And if you cannot defend Foxtrot, that makes Foxtrot very, very vulnerable. And you can pick him apart piecemeal, which is something that Bentguru is looking to do. And, yeah. Neither player really dying early on, which is good. It's a good sign. Tournament's kind of evolving. And Martyr Roland 2 going to right-click on the Cobra. Not able to get it, though. Just not in the right position, not at the right time. There's even a back flank here of Lynxes for Wolf. It's playing very, very well. Mortar carrier going to shell out this middle location, and this might prompt Bentguru to just go for it. Slight movement. Oh my god, he's going to get stomped in by these mortars. And actually, these Chasseurs are quite low on rockets. Not going to be quite good. And I don't know, Bentguru's forces are very clustered, very vulnerable to artillery fire. And this mortar fire could just tear him apart. He's actually going to hit random locations, looks like. Trying to get an idea of where things are. Supply trucks pretty much instantly die to mortar fires, and so do these toes. Toes do not soak a lot of damage. Like, it went to 50% health just from one hit, and if he gets lucky, he can pick off the one completely. So he's going to shell this location, and looks like a nice little coordinated play. Wolf is going to move up this infantry into this base as he's shelling it. This will actually afford him a lot of points as well. There is 2 Weasel MK20s here to defend, so it's not going to be an insanely easy push. And Bentguru actually doing something that Bentguru doesn't do. He's expanding. He's going to get another command, also known as a CV, and he's going to get another point. He's going to go for this high point alpha location, so he's going to have 2 high point locations, and really shocking. That's all he is. He has been practicing quite a bit. The guy is somewhat of a beast. If he's able to bypass Wolf, he could easily make it to the finals. Easily. Going to go for the responsitory hit, and he's actually able to kill off 2 mortar carriers with that rocket fire. Usually that rocket fire is not that good. 3 toes. Moving forward for Wolf. Going to get picked off by the Martyr VTSIs. Toes have to be used at maximum range. He's actually moved everything ahead because he just realized it's such a great opportunity. These toes do not have a lot of armor. Shaken already. It looks like they're about to get stirred and destroyed. Martyr VTSIs, of course, do very well when they're in a certain range. And he picks up the toe, and he's got to turn around these Weasel MK20s now, because there's 4 Martyr VTSIs here. Now, I should note, this was a mistake by Wolf. This can be compared to a trick or a bait. If that was a trick or a bait, he would have sent in something armored juicy, like a tank. And then, as the Martyr VTSI gave chase, he would go in and attack. And looks like we're seeing Wolf using the the fire position command. Nope. So pretty balanced match so far. Fairly high lead. Bentguru hasn't done a rush yet, but he's still 290 points ahead, mostly because of the loss of these mortars. That was a pretty significant random loss that Wolf took. And so now the onus is on Wolf. What the hell is... Oh, what are you doing, Bentguru? What are you doing to me? You're ruining my whole show. He's getting a 4th command now. So you'll have Alpha. You'll have Delta. You will have Juliet. And I would hope Charlie would be his final base. And by doing it this way, he gets 2 possible reinforcement paths, meaning that he can attack into Foxtrot from the south to this northern location very well, or he can attack from the west eastward into this golf location very well. So he has 2 positions to attack from. He has a lot of units that can move and attack, so he's not really abandoning his group of units, but he's definitely not playing his style. A lot more respect for this player than he's had in the past. Roland 2 almost gets this Gazelle. One more round would have killed it. And you know, both players playing with the big boys. I'm kind of interested to see where he puts his command to. And keep in mind, these expansions that he's doing that I've pretty much never seen him do are basically how the top players play. I mean, he's been doing a lot of practice matches with Tiga, so I mean, he knows how to play like other people play. He just chooses not to. And the fact that he's even showing a macro game could even be kind of a showing to other players, like, hey, I might rush you, but I might not rush you. And the fact that he decided not to go for a rush kind of put him ahead, actually. And Wolf's going to take advantage of this situation. He's going to move a few infantry through the woods. And this is a pretty key infantry attack path, because if you can get through these woods and get into this woods here, and then secure this woods, you will be able to stop reinforcements here. And 2 OPs coming out for Bentguru. Really going heavy on these artillery units. He'll be using a lot of supply trucks. So big 500 point lead here for Bentguru, as you know, Wolf is going to slowly creep through his forest and be in a position to make a play. Now keep in mind, Wolf does have to make a play eventually. I mean, right now it's 6 points for Wolf, and we have 2, 4, 8, 11 for Bentguru. So eventually Bentguru's army is going to get so big, so high veterancy, such high quality vehicles, that Wolf will not be able to deal with it. In any kind of battle where you have 5 units taking on 1, the 5 are almost always going to win, regardless of what it is. So yeah, Wolf's going to try and push through these forests here with a fairly high amount of units. Fusilier squads are deployed, and oh, the tank destroyer is just getting too close. Oh god, no. 1 goes down. We have some artillery fire, some rocket fire hitting, and this location's mostly wiped out. How are these tank destroyers going to continue pushing forward? Might be able to do a little more damage, but looks like they're mostly going to be dying. A Heavy Hog actually stunning it, pushing it back into the woods. The Fusilier is coming in to intercept it and might get a kill. Oh, while this rocket fire is pretty much holding up these Chasseurs. The Chasseurs are finally freed, however, and able to continue pushing forward. Will grab this woods location. Looks like Bentguru is going to let this tank destroyer get away. Not like he had a choice. VAB is going to try and push these Fusiliers, but they meet the surprise! Fusiliers! And without the focus of Wolf, they might go down. All while Heavy Hogs are going to continue supporting. Fusiliers are actually running out of rockets. They've been just trading very effectively with his VABs, and Heavy Hogs don't hurt. VAB is taking down the Heavy Hog. If he can get just 3 of these, it could be worthwhile. He's now 600 points behind of a macro Bentguru, and realistically right now, Wolf doesn't have enough forces to really push across. He'll need to rally in more units. He has secured multiple of these forests, but he's going to need to do more. He's going to try and run away the Chasseurs must. They do get stunned. They're out in the open field. This is what stun looks like, by the way. When someone says, hey man, you're stunned, this is what they mean. You're walking very slowly, holding your gun down. One guy has a rocket on his back. That's what stun technically means. And Bentguru is going to go ahead and rely some more infantry. You're trying to retake this location. Roland 2 actually moved up to try and deal with these heavy hogs. He's got to get the right angle, though. Angles are pretty key here. There's a giant force in the way, and tall trees will block rocket fire. Will he get one heavy hog? He's got down to 50% health, and the heavy hog is repositioning himself. Actually did get a heavy hog. Look at that. Okay. So still a pretty massive lead. 600 points. 15 minutes left in the game. I mean, people have come back from worse. 500 points is not huge. If you, 3 commands is 600 points. These OPs are both 100 each. The multi-rocket is like 120, 130. So you can come back from this. It's not hard. It's a matter of getting into this key location and knocking out these vehicles. Martyr Roland 2, I think it's like $100. Speaking of Martyr Roland 2 being worth $100, it's also possible that Bentguru could rush some infantry forward and drop some infantry on top of the Martyr Roland 2s. He's able to get most of the heavy hogs though, so that's some minor gains. And that moves him down to only 500 points behind. And that sounds kind of condescending. He's only 500 points behind, but actually that's not too bad considering where he was. Spartans don't have infantries in them, this forward one, the most important one. The tank is going to be able to kite away, and the Spartan's actually chasing down the Roland 2. Very smart choice. Basically, when you're in these kind of situations and you have helicopters, you almost always want to go for these Martyr Roland 2s because on top of that, they're worth a lot of points. You're going to get like $100 or 65. And mortar carrier right here. Bentguru right in range. It can of course defend itself, so the Spartan shouldn't do too much damage. But yeah, here comes some rocket fire. It's gonna hit the woods, is it? A little bit just where the woods. Actually gonna target the mortar specifically, and he's gonna move these mortars away. The mortar is stunned, and wow, this is really turning really fast. Some rise patterns have been unveiled by Bentguru. Gonna use these rise patterns to snipe out some infantries. The only weakness of the tank destroyers is that they're really not good against infantry. If you have a tank though, you can power down some infantry pretty good. And rocket fire could actually kill this Roland too. It's down to 3 hit points. It is stunned. It's moving away. Heavy hog actually going to be able to kill it, looks like. If only I had enough time. Lynx completely out of ammunition, hiding pretty much at this point. Doesn't want to put itself out in the open. And the barrages will continue. It's not a crazy high point game yet. The game has gone relatively slow because Bentguru has been macroing. That's a funny statement. And his opponent's been assuming that Bentguru is not going to macro, and so his opponent hasn't been macroing. And yeah, we're going to see, looks like a slow push forward. Rise patterns are going to rush forward. There's 3 tank destroyers here, more than enough to deal with these rise patterns. 1 rise pattern goes down. Bentguru tries to retreat, but the retreat fails. He's got a lot of infantry move forward, and he's finally taking these wooded locations back, and he's going to continue moving forward. There's 1 Lynx in the woods here. It's going to get picked off by this 30 Fusilier squad, and more infantry rushing forward. Artillery are pounding the location. This is the perfect storm of approaches. Fusiliers hitting from the woods. Chasseurs from us. Look at they're going down. Spartans going to come in to join the sport. Looks like actually the Chasseurs from us should be able to win this. There's enough here. But more Fusiliers will join the fray. Artillery fire completely crushing this Fusiliers number. And this small flank here, Wolf will maintain. There's still another flank over here that he has to kind of deal with. The tank destroyer going to be able to deal with these infantry squads by just wiping them out piecemeal. There is a helicopter coming in for Wolf, going to help chew up these infantry squads before they can do the most secure drop of infantry. And actually, looks like we see Wolf is able to defend this and is only 400 points behind. He's got 10 minutes left, and this is realistically a game for Bentguru to throw away. Pushing patents forward this time, wanting to deal with these numbers of units. Helicopter going to hit from the distance. Patton pull back. 1 Patton goes down, and now suddenly it's looking a lot closer. We're 300 points behind for Wolf. If Bentguru continues pushing like this, he could no doubt lose the game. So we have 10 minutes left in the game, and it's still quite close. And Wolf is going to continue trying to push in, and this just to me is just Bentguru's attitude. It's just like, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. And then he goes and tries it, and takes heavy losses. I like players who try to kill people because it's a lot more exciting than a guy who just wants to sit there. But man, it is hurting him some bad. Wolf is actually only 200 points behind now, and these pushes are just not working in his favor. There are 3 mortar carriers hitting all these clumped up units, doing a lot of damage, and realistically, Wolf only needs to kill off this army here, and he's back in it. He's got 7 minutes total, and all the while we see a small little attack with a mortar carrier into this location. He's trying to hit multiple locations with his mortar carriers, trying to maximize his damage potential. I don't really know what a potential is, to be honest. It's not the same thing as potential, though. I know that. And, whoa! Looks like Bentguru's artillery fire picking back up and able to get some pretty key hits at this reinforcement point, and basically makes it unobtainable for Wolf. It's now about 600 point difference. A lot of helicopters. Here comes the last hurrah of Wolf. It is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 helicopters. No recon and no real way of getting there. In fact, Bentguru has a recon helicopter preparing for the last minute helicopter roll, and he has the chaparrals, or see if I can pronounce this right again. Chaparral. And I think that's it. Here comes another last minute hurrah from Wolf. Going to try and go and clear at this location, and he is successful, and that just gave Bentguru a much larger lead. In fact, Bentguru is going to rally some Wee cells forward, trying to support these Martyr VTSIs. More Martyr VTSIs coming around the side, going to wipe all of them out, and this lead is just insurmountable. Bentguru, no surprise, going to move on to round 7, and he's actually going to deploy some defensive helicopters, and just high amounts of them. He's not going to use them because he's got 20 seconds left, and he's kind of winning a lot. And, yeah, that was unexpected. That was refreshing. Bentguru in a match that's really not typical Bentguru. If you like this video, like it. If you really liked it and you want to show this off, definitely recommend it to your friends who are playing the game. This is how it's done. This is how you get to round 7. Very happy to watch this match. Very happy to cast this match. And don't worry, there's more tournament coverage, but it'll be coming tomorrow. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you then.